No, that's definitely not something you want to see. I don't know what's going on here. No. I got too much stuff open. I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean?
So my mouse is. Oh. I don't know. My mouse is just going slow. I don't know what it is. There we go. I guess I just had too much stuff open. I don't know.
Well, they can slow a computer down.
Between homework and.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. On my homework page, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tabs open.
What? That's just for homework?
Yeah, that's for my class. Well, 3 of them are for my classes. And then 3 of them are for my books because my books are all online. So, I mean, that's 6 right there.
Scroll that, man. I can't. So books I don't buy until the professor says I need it. I've learned throughout my years of college that I wait till the first day of school, and then some professors say, "Oh yeah, we're not going to use it."
I only spent $80 on books this semester.
Oh well, then hey, you're good. Then. You're good.
The 2 of the classes, they're just all online, and it came with the book. So I was like, "Hey, why can't all classes be like this?"
That is what's up,
right?
So yeah, about earlier, dude, we're in a crap show. This is why nobody wants Matt Ryan. That trade is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I was watching this video on Pat McAfee, and they had one of their NFL insider guys, and they had the quarterbacks, like the top 15 most paid quarterbacks on the talking about like what it would take to get some of these guys moved, and they were all like, Matt Ryan ain't going nowhere.
No, they re-upped his contract his MVP year, which was 20. So it was afterwards, so 2017 or something like that. They redid it, and then after that, it was just like crapshoot because they were stuck, and this is why they couldn't afford Julio back or whatever. Which I'm not gonna lie, I guess trading him at the right time was just fine or something, or getting rid of him at the same time, it's fine. Yeah, other than that though. Did you find a free agency site we could probably use? Because I have one.
Well, I have the one with the top 100 free agents, but I kind of know where the receivers are, and I have one with the top 5.
That's fine. I mean, we could use that. I'm just trying to update this. Whenever it lets me. There we go. Because, I mean, the top ones I have is Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, and Davonte Adams. But, yeah, we'll go from there.
All right. Yeah, I have Davonte Adams, Chris Godwin, and then Allen Robinson, Mike Williams, Gallup.
Yeah, we can get into that. So,
but I mean, there's also Odell, but I guess not sure how his injury is going to hold up.
I don't know. We'll see.
Start the season.
Let's start, and then we'll talk about it. So, whenever I decide to find this plug-in video clip here. It's a good thing only Tank is watching, or Braden. Wait, what? What's this? Is this the new intro? Tank, is this the new one? We might just see the new one here. Let's see. That's not it.
Yeah, that was definitely not an intro.
Hey. Welcome to the Dynasty Pylon Show, bro. That's with Braden's new intro.
Our new logo, yeah.
Oh, let's do that. Like, did you see the new photos in there too? Yep. We have Josh Allen hitting Josh Allen, Micah Parsons, and Diggs about to crush Mac Jones.
Mac and cheese, yep.
Yeah, mac and cheese. And the other ones with the Gibson one getting pulled by the shirt, right? Let's watch it again. So it's Debo, the very like what week 1, week 2, one where he's just sitting at the pile. Yep, that one right there. That was not planned. A
No,
simultaneous. That was
I
not
know,
planned.
right?
That was so synchronized. So we're doing that one, and then you switch over to Gibson getting pulled by Darwin James, maybe. I think it was. But yeah, it looked like he was almost having like a tearaway jersey. Um, God, I miss
Right.
those days. I miss those days. I think my best one is my favorite memory of the tearaway jerseys is I think Emmitt Smith or Terrell Davis. I can't remember. And I was a kid, and he just kept running, and the jersey just kept stretching like 10 yards long. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I
Those
think it was Terrell
jerseys were.
Davis.
I think so, but it was insane.
Did
Now
you see this?
they're made with cheap stuff that Nike uses. God knows what they use. But yeah. So today we are going to talk about wide receivers and free agency. Share your screen. Let me see what. Don't put it up yet, but I want to see what you got. And then I'll put mine up and see which one we'll go with because I have nothing but receivers. So I want to see what you have. I have Sports Track, which is kind of like basically you can filter by position, salary cap, and whatnot. It's a great website. It's not bad. But we're gonna talk about receivers and just talk about free agency, the veterans, where can they move, good potential spots, and then we're doing the rookie prospects, potential wide receiver 1s and 2s. Look, these receivers are coming in. They're good, I guess, in the same era. I mean, I guess my favorite one would either be Drake London or Treylon Burks. Garrett Wilson isn't bad either, but I just feel like between those three, any of those can fit somewhere else depending on where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So we'll see here. So, what do you got here? What's this?
So this is the top receivers. This is the first one, Davonte Adams. We'll see
29 years old, yeah.
if he doesn't get franchised. Number 2,
I
Chris
think
Godwin.
he stays.
He probably will stay. I think I don't know. Well, we'll see. If Rodgers leaves, then he might go.
Yeah.
And then you got Chris Godwin, who I think he's leaving. I think he'll be somewhere else.
I think so too. I agree with you there because last season they franchise tagged him. So
yeah,
he
got
still
franchise tagged, and I know Brady kind of relieved a little by retiring.
Yes.
But
and he was iffy about it too.
Yeah.
So
and then number 3, you got Chicago's own Allen Robinson.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. He's not coming back.
No, he's done.
29. And then this one shocked me. I didn't even realize, but Mike Williams, only 27. They're saying his average salary will work out to about $17 million. I was like, that's not bad, I think, for what could be a number 1 receiver.
Right. Who's our 5th guy?
Well, we'll have to see if he leaves. I don't know if he'll necessarily leave either. Could be franchise tag possibly. And then number 5 is Michael Gallup, who I think showed a lot of potential to be a good receiver. He was just so far down on the depth chart that he never consistently got a chance to be the guy, you know?
Yeah. No, it was also because of injury too. There was so many factors going on in Dallas that I feel like they should all had like at least 1,000 receivers. And it's up, Brian. What's up, man? Brian Williams will definitely be franchised.
Yep.
Yeah, potentially. I think
should,
but
if not, it'll be shocking.
Yeah, but everyone, who's their? Josh Palmer is actually one of those guys that I'm actually kind of looking at too, that he could potentially fill in those shoes if Williams does decide to leave. But yeah, I think Williams stays. Davonte stays. Gallup is probably going somewhere else. Allen Robinson, actually, matter of fact, Brian Waller, who was on our show last week, who is commenting now, actually brought it up last week about Allen Robinson potentially going back to Jacksonville, which I liked. I definitely see that happening. I love that. If he goes back to somewhere where he's more familiar with, he's like more respected, I guess, because he left as the wide receiver one, came to Chicago, and they literally didn't do much with him.
I felt like his first couple years he did okay, and then sort of downward trend.
Yeah, it was really weird to seeing how much, like, this last season, everyone's like, oh, he'll bounce back because they got someone who's decent enough. Like, they had Dalton, who's a lot better than what they had previous season, or if not similar. I don't know. There's Mitch haters and Andy haters. I view them both the same when it comes to suck level. They're about the same to me. It maybe Dalton a little bit more than Mitch, but I just because I haven't seen Mitch enough to prove him. I don't know. Dalton did more things in Bengals than he did there with Chicago. So, anyways, but yeah. And he says Brian Gallup to Miami and A-Rob to Jacksonville makes sense. Gallup could go to Miami. There's a lot, with these receivers moving around. I think Gallup is kind of the big question mark for me. I don't know where he could potentially land. He's still pretty young. What was he? What you had him at? What, 26?
Yep, 26 for Gallup.
Yeah, 26. So
if Gallup goes to Miami, is he going to be? He obviously won't be number one because that'll be Waddle.
Yeah.
Would he be number two?
But it would be a good compliment. Oh yeah, easy. I think it'd be a good compliment. I don't consider Will Fuller a factor. I really don't.
Well, I was thinking Davonte Parker, but
well, yeah. Sorry, but no. I think he would be more of a good complimentary. Having those three there, Parker, Gallup, and Waddle. I think, and the way Daniels is talking about Waddle and Tua is just like, he looks like he has big,
yeah, we'll get rid of that.
He has big ideas. God, stupid. They're just gonna keep going. All right, we could play this battle.
I think that would be a solid receiving core. Plus, I think Gallup can actually help Waddle in his development.
So, I mean, how long has he been with the Cowboys? 3-4 years now, right?
4 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with him going to the Cowboys, he'll bring that veteran, like, what we could do. Like, he'll kind of bring like a leadership. Definitely teach Waddle what to do. Definitely show him how much better he could be, because obviously Waddle's a different athlete. Yeah, they play the same position, but when you mix two forces different in the same position, you could be very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
A big body receiver can definitely do things that a smaller, speedy receiver can't, where a speedy receiver could definitely, go underneath. And, it definitely opens up a lot of things. And that's what I definitely, I like that, though, what Brian is saying, if Miami ended up with Gallup. But who's just above?
This says Patriots, Cowboys, Colts, Raiders, Eagles, and Jets.
I'm gonna leave your thing up here
for potential landing spots. And then for Mike Williams, it says Bears, Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins, Colts, and Jaguars.
I don't think the Bears.
Now, if Mike Williams went to the Dolphins, that would be a heck of a receiving core right there.
Yeah,
you would have your little shorter, speedier guy and Waddle, and then you would have your tall guy and
Please
Williams.
Send him to the Colts. Please.
Oh, the Colts would be nice too.
Can you imagine big, tall-ass receivers like Mike Williams and Michael Pittman? And then Mo Alley Cox? Like, all three of those guys would just tower over guys.
Whoever the quarterback is just needs to, lob it up. Someone will get it.
Just throw it up there. Dude, that would be a monstrosity if all three of them were there.
And then look at the number one for Allen Robinson, Jaguars. Boom.
I do like that. That was a good call by Brian last week. I actually
Yeah,
that
then Bears, Patriots, Eagles, Browns, and Chargers.
see all these Bears things though. I don't see Bears
Why
affording
are
any of
the
these
Eagles in a
guys.
market for a quarterback or for a receiver? Because they're on every list.
Well, because Jalen Rager wasn't really. I mean, I don't know. Jalen
What
Rager
do we
just
got for
didn't do it for
Godwin?
them. I don't know.
Godwin. Bears.
Why is everyone saying the Bears?
Dolphins again. Apparently, the Dolphins are in the market for a receiver. Chargers,
Broke.
Jaguars. If you're the
They're going.
Dolphins, would you let Williams walk and bring in Godwin?
No, I'd go after Williams.
So
I don't know. I don't know. From a fantasy point, I would love if Williams went to the Colts. Now, for a football terms, I can see Gallup going. Yeah, probably Miami.
Well, I'm
'Cause it
just
would be
saying, if you're the Chargers, and sure, it
do I let him
sucks.
walk?
It sucks to just let Williams walk, but if you could, wouldn't you think Godwin would be an upgrade?
Yes. I thought you said Gallup.
No, I said Godwin.
Oh, yes, 100%. If I can afford him, which I
That's
can
the
imagine
thing.
he's
I think Williams will be
asking
cheaper.
probably asking for a crap ton. So let me pull up what I have here. So,
And the same teams are in the Davonte Adams sweepstakes.
yeah. So here's a little bit more info from what I'm using Sport Track. So it's kind of shows a little bit top prospects and receivers. You could search through positions, use different positions. It's kind of simple, easy. So these are as of now the top receivers and free agents as of now. Allen Robinson being number 1 here. Chris Godwin, number 2, Davonte Adams, number 3, Will Fuller, 4, and Jamison Crowder, number 4. Mike Williams is down here. Where's Gallup at? Wow, Gallup is certainly down here somewhere. Oh, DJ Chark is an interesting one, too. I cannot find Gallup. Wow,
You just passed
way
him.
down here. Right
Yeah,
here, Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cheap, according to his last contract. So,
well, yeah, he's coming off of his rookie, and I think he was drafted in the middle rounds.
yeah, I think we're looking more closer to the Mills.
Well, I had money. Hold on, let me check real quick. So Godwin, it just says total money, but Gallup was 11.8 million average annual salary.
So that's probably around here where that would make sense, where he's under 5, like fifth,
yeah. As soon as you get to 4, as soon as you get to Mike Williams, you're already up to 16.7.
Drops, yeah.
And then,
so that makes some very
weirdly enough,
interesting.
Robinson's cheaper than Williams, maybe because of the 2-year age difference. I don't know.
Well, okay, we've been saying this, or at least I've been saying this for almost a year now, maybe longer, but at least on our show, I've been saying it for a year. I have a feeling at age 28, I've just been noticing this, that receivers tend to regress.
Mm-hmm.
And he's at that age. He's 28 years old. Everything is what it seems to be downhill from here. Now, there are few outliers. Now, there's always the few, but it's not enough to change the average and not to tilt it on the pendulum to make it at an older age. It's typically 28 is when these receivers typically change and typically, they're on the back end of their career. I mean, it's a young man's game. We've said this multiple times. It's a young man's game. Once you're in your 30s, it's like, okay, well, you either go play for Canada or you go play semi-pro or something. Like you're just done. Like I don't think the NFL is going to be cut out for you, because newer, faster guys are going to get in, and it's just the way it is. Thanks for the memories and the fun times, but
so that being said, I just looked it up. For 1.5 more million, projected, the Chargers could get Godwin, who's actually a year younger than Williams.
So he's 26.
Godwin's 26, Williams is 27.
So 1 point, how much? Basically, it's essentially $1 million, right?
Yeah, because it said the projected for Williams was 16.7, and then the projected for Godwin's 18.1. So it's like 1.4 million difference.
Interesting.
And then you get to Davonte Adams, who's like 25 plus.
Jesus.
So good luck with that.
Yeah, no, I think that there's only a certain amount of teams that could afford him. So last night, I don't know if you guys watched or if you watched the Panda Grizzly show. Last night they were kind of going over which is over the cap, which is basically salary capped by team based website, and you can alter, I guess, certain moves and certain teams, which is kind of interesting watching it and see. I actually stopped.
Cool. So you can take people off of their books and then add people.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I was doing homework at the time.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was doing homework at the time, and of course, I always play them in the background, and then usually certain topics that catches my eye. Last night, that one definitely did. And I was listening to what they were saying with, of course, the Bears. So it was really interesting watching what they were doing. Clearly, Brian and Fredo will never be general managers because
were they doing some crazy stuff?
They were doing look, I love them, but they were doing some difficult decisions. And
we're going to trade for this superstar for a third. I don't think
they were like, this is very hard. And I'm like, yeah. And then I brought up the fact that, in our league, it's like, Dynasty, this is what you think about every year. Mm-hmm. But there are salary cap Dynasty leagues that I've heard of. And I've never been in one, but I have witnessed at least 3 different formats of these.
The one that Mike showed was really, really in depth.
Yeah, Mike was the most in depth I've ever seen. Typically,
but theirs is if you hold on to them, they're valuing, or they don't increase. But as soon as you drop them, their value increases.
Yeah, so
there was some guys that weren't good, but they were 25 million to your cap, and I'm like, what the heck?
Well, it's because they kept holding them onto their roster. So the thing is, every year, a certain amount of players reach a certain tier or progression or something, and then their value goes up. Typically, it goes up by $1 or $2, $3. As a rookie, you would get them a first-round rookie draft pick would be $7, and then, as they progress through their rookie contract, you would have them. And if they were a top-tier running back, obviously Jonathan Taylor, if you drafted him last year at $7, after he's done with this contract, he's easily gonna be $12. Easy. $12 to $15, depending on how your league settings. So now after that year, it increases by $1. By the time you want to get rid of him, he's gonna cost you potentially $20 to $25, and it's in your budget's only $200 or something per. So it's very interesting seeing that, and it's something that I'd be interesting to do, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would like to run one. I think it'd be.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot.
And math is not my forte, so if something happens with the budget, I don't want to be responsible.
Right. So I feel that's going to be one where every day your phone's just going to be blowing up with
easy
owners can I do this? Can I do that? Why is this like this? Why is this?
You would have you would have to run an extra Excel sheet, such as Mike does for his league. Which, God bless his heart, he does that. He loves doing it. That's why he's commissioner. So Mike, if for the few people that are watching this, Mike from the Get Right Fantasy Network. We've had him on the show, and he's a really cool guy. He's in New York. He's every now and then tunes in. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he runs it with his brother, and it's very interesting seeing the different salaries. I think he has Matt Ryan at $25, and he's like in it. He had him his MVP year, so which boosted up his salary cap as well. So now he can either cut him and take the cap, or wait it out this season, or try and trade him off. He's in that same similar situation that the Falcons are in right now. So it was interesting hearing him talking about it, like what he could do about his team. But definitely those salary cap leagues. There are formats out there that help you with it. I think MFL does it. That's my fantasy league, but of course you have to pay for it. And we all know a lot of people like things for free. So just So, but anyways, that was a little off topic, but so here we go to wide receiver. And let's just look at what we have right now. So Allen Robinson at 28 years old, Chris Godwin 26, basically. Davonte Adams is 29. Did not know that.
Yep, he's up there.
Yeah, I don't think I would fantasy. I don't know how I would like that going. Would you still bet on him if he went somewhere else with a different QB? Would you still?
I think it depends on where that somewhere else is.
Okay.
For me. So if I had him and he ended up, I don't know. There's like a handful of teams where I feel like if he ended up there, like if he ended up in, say, Jacksonville, which a lot of people are saying could possibly happen. They have the most cap space. They could use a big name receiver. I actually think that has a lot of upside to me because I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback, and if he finally has some upper tier talent to throw to, like you saw what happened when Joe Burrow got Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Just opened
But that was also
everything
because
up.
they played like 3 years together, though. In all fairness,
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like having Jamar Chase opened up the other weapons, though. So if you bring Davonte Adams, that opens up Shenault, right? That his name, Shenault?
Yeah, Laviska Shenault, yeah.
Shenault, and then, I mean, I don't know if they're going to have Chark, but I don't know. I just think it helps open up the offense and helps the development of Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it would be good.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple teams here. So primary needs. So Buccaneers with no Brady.
That's tough. Depends on who they bring in for quarterback.
If Kyle Trask is the guy,
then no, I probably wouldn't bank on Davonte Adams.
Let's see here. The Chiefs.
Yes, I would bank on Davonte Adams. For sure. You imagine him and Tyreek Hill? That offense would be unstoppable. That'd be ugly.
That would be nasty. All right, so let's move on. Dolphins we've talked about definitely would be a good fit there.
But I don't know though. I don't know. I don't know. I'd be scared.
He would establish himself as an easy wide receiver number one over Waddell.
Oh, he would.
But
is Tua going to get him the ball?
We don't know. I mean, hopefully Hunter Long can do something. I think Gesicki's gone. I don't think they re-signed Gesicki. So let's move on. So Dolphins.
He's going to Washington.
Yeah. What about the Saints? If they keep Jameis Winston on the books,
that could be a scary combination. I think.
You think so? Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Because of the deep ball that Jameis Winston has?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Davonte Adams' ability to just go up and get it?
Yeah. So, okay. Steelers.
That depends on who the quarterback is.
Okay. I mean, a lot of these are okay.
If Mason Rudolph is throwing the football, then I am getting rid of Davonte Adams in a heartbeat if he goes to Pittsburgh.
All right. So here's an interesting. The New England Patriots.
That would actually be amazing. I think with Mac
Okay.
Jones throwing the ball, I think that would be a good combination.
Okay. I think I'm not arguing with
Because
you
you look
there.
at
I
what Mac
think
Jones did with, I don't think you consider anybody there almost a number 2 receiver,
mhm.
let alone a
No,
number
at all.
1.
I think if here's and I honestly think that the Patriots would do good with a good wide receiver number one. Like just that's all they pretty much need. Any of these guys I think could pretty much be valuable out of these top guys, but we'll definitely see what
They could get
they bring.
Adams or Godwin or even Robinson. I feel like
Oh,
that
that's
would.
weird.
Page is not working.
I guess
I
not.
think that would even help the other guys that are on the team too.
Hmm. That's weird. Why is my page not working? If I cut off the, yeah, go ahead and read this, just in case
Uh,
I get cut off.
Says, hey guys, what's going on? I heard the Bears want to try and pursue Davonte Adams, but to me, you need to invest in an O line because I think he would be in the same situation as Robinson was last year. Not good. I feel like that's the same take that the Bears guy said, right?
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen. Again, they're too broke. They're really too broke. They can't afford these top tiered guys.
No. Yeah, they have
And
cap
and
problems.
and what if they bring freaking old ass Adams in there, and then they do the same thing they did with Allen Robinson? And that's what it scares me. Like if you bring in this stellar legend there, and then what assumably Allen Robinson would have been the guy to be the key guy in this Bears offense, but yet look what happened. Jacksonville, he was a beast, and then they did nothing with him. Like it was good for, like you said, it was good for like 1 or 2 seasons, but after that, um, thank you, Braden, guy in the chair. Uh, it's not working for me either, or I'm assuming it's not working for him either. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. All right, it's just not me. Just in case my internet, I actually thought I was gonna end up getting, you know, lose connection or something here. I don't freaking know. Wouldn't surprise me. When
Wouldn't be the
this
first time.
would not be the first time. So, yeah, dude, I feel like it with that being said, with all this wide receiver talk, you want to jump into this Garrett Wilson, Drake London take and see how we evaluate them because I am liking them both. Um,
Well, one of them's
again,
gargantuan.
they're yeah. I think one of them could potentially be a tight end on how
Yeah.
freaking tall
I
he
looked
is,
at
man.
his freaking numbers. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. So first one we're gonna go with, and all these guys can be potentially receiver number ones next season. But as of now, we'll just go with Garrett Wilson as our wide receiver number one. We'll I have multiple videos of him. You want to do the recent one, I guess, 2021, and then maybe show a little bit of his old stuff, or because the old stuff is longer. It's like 11
Hmm.
minutes. This season is only his highlights is like 2 minutes. So we could either bring either
Well,
one,
we
I
could do
guess.
the 2 minute one and then look a little bit at the 11 minute one.
Yeah. You know what I didn't do is freaking get his stats. That's a that I did not do. And I'm getting a phone call. See, this is why I make videos later on throughout the week. Like right now, this is our live show, and then later throughout the week, it is all cut up.
I can pull
Let
up.
me.
I have his stats right here.
Yeah, I like to put it. Go ahead, do
No, I
that,
know. I'm
and
saying I
then
could
I'll.
share it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me make it real quick. It'll take me a couple minutes, but
So which one are we do? We doing Drake first?
no, let's do Garrett Wilson first.
Garrett Wilson, the number one ranked receiver.
As of now, yes. Garrett
Subject to
Wilson.
change.
It might because um we've had certain linebackers that we wanted to bring in earlier. Like Brandon Smith was one of our linebackers from Penn State. And we talked about him multiple times that we were going to bring him up, and we never did. Why? Because as the bowl games happened and as they got closer to, the season ending, other linebackers went up the charts. So it was very interesting. But I'm not saying he was a bad linebacker. But
Yeah.
let me. So there's all right. So I
It
got Garrett
happens.
Wilson's in.
Plus,
No,
we'll
it
have
does.
plus we'll have the combine and pro days and everything will just flip and flop, and it's just what happens.
It does. Big time. I mean, there's guys who just because of the combine alone has made a top
Right.
prospect draft pick, and throughout the season it was like, well, where the hell was this guy before? So let's. All right, I got London's now. Just making it real quick. Go ahead.
We got a junior at Ohio State, Garrett Wilson, 6 foot, 188 pounds. So he's kind of in the mold of Terry McLaurin, I'd say.
Okay.
That's about how big Terry McLaurin is too. So he had his best year was this past season. 70 receptions, 12 touchdowns. That's pretty solid right there. His longest was 77 yards. And then I'm assuming this is rushes, 4 attempts for 76 yards and a touchdown. Doesn't say, but that's what I'm going to assume.
All right, let me pull it up real quick. Go ahead. Keep going.
You could definitely tell looking down at 2020, you can see like each year he got more and more, and then I think this past year he was like the guy in Ohio State because you can see he only had 43 receptions in 2020 and 30 receptions in 2019. 723 yards, 432 yards respectively, and then the touchdowns are pretty similar, 6 and 5, and then longest was 65 and 47. So pretty solid numbers, I'd say, especially that last year, his junior year.
Yeah,
like over 1,000 yards. I'm sure he only played in 13 games, 12 games. They didn't even make the Big Ten championship.
No, they didn't. And you know what? A lot of it had to do though is I have a feeling that Michael Pittman was like a ball hog the previous year, but then I think Garrett Wilson also was not always in USC. I think he was somewhere else. I'm thinking of Drake London. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, this is Garrett Wilson.
One of these guys. Yeah, one of these guys.
Ohio State.
I'm thinking one of these guys actually moved schools, and I want to say it was Drake London. All right, I got Garrett Wilson's things up there. That way you can take that one down. We don't get monetized for the next video. Because I'll break this down later. Yeah, take all this crap down. Is that what you had similar to what you had kind of?
For Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
12 touchdowns, 1058. Yep.
All right, cool. It's just easier. I know we probably already got penalized already for having ESPN and Fox and whatever crap I'll up on there.
Could be. Who knows?
Who knows? But at least for the next one, this is Drake London, so it should be fine. All right, cool. We can continue. All right, so let me. Now we can do this. Let me pull up his crap. You know, I speak about getting penalized, but yet here we are showing certain films sometimes.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Hey, whatever.
Gridiron Heights.
Well, it takes them. Yeah. Well, it takes them like I'd say all day to figure it out, and then once they see it, they're like, "Oh, they're not doing anything."
Except for when we played that Madden.
Oh, that was different.
We actually got shut down for 2 minutes.
Yeah, we did. Worth it.
Phone started blowing up. Just so you guys know, you're not live anymore. What?
I don't care. It was worth it. All right. So let's see here. Garrett Wilson. This is his 2021 highlights. So, out of Ohio State. So he is 600 pounds, 6 foot,
wow,
190.
big boy.
93. Yeah. So he's projected to go potentially receiver number 1, 2, or 3. Definitely first round. Definitely first round.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Davonte Smith.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I was thinking DJ Moore.
But yeah, DJ Moore too.
Speed and not like a really big frame, but definitely uses what he has to his ability. I mean, that was a stiff arm there, at least.
Yeah, but I think the defender was a little off foot, so his momentum was taking him in the wrong direction. Oh, that was a nice play.
Yeah. Was this the same guy we saw at the Senior Bowl? No, that was another Wilson.
Yeah, I think that was a different.
It was like
guy.
Cedric Wilson or something like that.
Yeah, he's only a junior, so he wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. No, they don't have to be seniors and to be the Senior Bowl. You know that, right? No. I just discovered this last week. It was, or not last week, but prior to the Senior Bowl. They don't have to be seniors in the Senior Bowl. They, as long as they have graduated, they could be juniors in there. Yeah. Let me rewind that. That was actually not that bad. I'm gonna rewind this a little bit.
The one against Minnesota. Right. This one.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, dude.
Faked you out, bro. Faked you out, bro.
That safety was like, oh, crap.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Definitely reaches for the ball. I like this in a receiver, though. So we got Duolingo 500. I've been in your guys' streams for fantasy before.
Well, thanks for coming back.
Well, hell yeah, man. What's up?
And then he says, who do you think the Jets will take?
I'm thinking like a tight end. Honestly, okay.
They have a bunch of. They have like 2 in the first 10 picks.
They do. They very much do. Who do I think the Jets will ultimately take in the draft for the Jets? All right. They got what, the 4th pick, right? I think that with their number 1 draft pick,
4th and 10.
Yeah. I think they go Derek Singletary as their number 1 choice, corner out of LSU, which we've had videos of him. I haven't pieced it out, which I think if later in the year, if I have time, I'll do it. I did the linebackers for sure. IDP leagues is 100% like what everyone looks like. So I did the linebackers for sure. We did tight ends, and I'm slowly getting to the tight ends, and then as the piece, and then we're doing receivers today. I think with the number 1 pick, I think they pick up Derek Singletary Jr. Or who's the other guy?
Stingley?
The Sauce Gardner?
Are you saying Stingley?
What am I saying? Singletary? I'm Stingley. Thank you.
Yeah, Stingley. I was like, you kept saying Singletary, and I was like, who?
Well, I said LSU. I said his first name right.
I said, like, it's not Singletary.
Hey, look, man, don't give me crap. All right, we're known for making up players. No, that's true. No, we're not. We sometimes do that. You know what? Now that I brought him up, I should bring up our famous.
That's true. You actually made him.
I did make him. So Mark earlier this year, I guess, was it this year?
Yeah, a while ago. It was last year technically, but
decided to mix Travis Kelce and Derrick Henry, and he did it multiple times. So now here we are. I made a
oh my god.
a Travis Henry, okay? And I gave him, a little bit of both of their legs, okay? There you got Derrick Henry's leg on his right side with Travis Kelce's on his left side. He could jump for the ball, he could run for the ball. I gave him some of his body. I gave him Derrick Henry's arm transitioning to Kelce's arm. And then with Derrick Henry's ball vision, I gave him his head. and with the height of Travis Kelce. So this
Could
is
you
now
imagine
officially
being a
our
defender
Travis Henry.
and a running back who's 6'6" is just in the backfield getting ready to get the ball? I think most people would be like, I don't want to hit that.
This guy, this individual that we somehow accidentally made would be the an unstoppable force. Uh, oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, to the Jets,
So Stingley,
I
and then what are they doing with their other one?
they're ninth. I think they go O line. I really think they go O line.
So you think they got a receiver in the second round? I think they got a bunch of picks in the second round too.
They do.
And this
Let me
draft
pull it
is
up real
pretty
quick.
deep at receiver. So
Yeah, it is. All right, so they have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a third, 2 fourths, and 2 fifths. So all top heavy. No sixth and no seventh. Could they draft or could they potentially trade to go down? Very likely. I see it every year. Teams somehow their guy that they're aiming for gets drafted. So they're like, oh well, there's nobody that we want here. I think we can risk it and let's trade down for a little bit more assets, either future picks or something like that. So what they typically do is basically trade down and get that. So I don't think they focus on receiver until like maybe their third round. I think they at the third round. I think they do. I think what they do is they go corner, lineman, offensive line, maybe safety. Um, and then I think this is where they get Trey McBride. I really think
hey,
Trey McBride will be there.
I
And then they
think
go receiver.
if he's available at 4, they should get Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah. If he's there,
I don't know.
which
Texans, I think, are going to draft him, but
I think so too. Well, I don't know. Maybe they go with Kayvon Thibodeau. Because
that's what I'm saying. If the 2 defensive ends and the offensive linemen are off the board, then I would definitely take Kyle Hamilton with the 4th.
Yeah. Kyle Hamilton there wouldn't be bad either, man.
I don't think so.
See, the Jets are just the most interesting team every year. I don't understand. Like last year, we didn't think they were gonna do what they did, and they did.
Yeah, and then I don't know the guy from Cincinnati, Ahmad Gardner, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, the Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, the sauce.
I think I'm gonna have him on my team for like a week and then drop him.
And I don't know. He's looking kind of interesting because I just read some stats that the highest amount of receiving yards that any receiver got on him this entire past season was 13 in one game.
Yards after the catch, or just in general?
13 yards in one game was the most any receiver got on him.
That's impressive.
And he didn't give up a single touchdown in his college career.
That's impressive. How did we not? Well, I guess
his whole college career, not one touchdown was scored on him.
I like how we did all this research after we did DBs.
Right?
Well, in all fairness,
that
we're doing
nuts.
this.
I was like, holy crap.
Week 10, right? We started doing DBs week 10. So, as a matter of fact, Ahmad the Sauce Gardner, is supposed to get drafted just before Garrett Wilson. Just slightly before him. Now, here's who's projected to go in that draft. The Vikings are supposed to get Gardner, and then the next pick with the 13th pick, our boy Garrett Wilson. So yeah, we should yeah, damn it. I don't know why I didn't roll the second tape while we're talking about Gardner. But I can't exit out of this full screen, so I don't know what's going on.
And now we got Drake Landon, not London.
That's London.
Is it London?
It's London. L-O-N-D.
Oh, yep, it is London. I was right the first time. Here I am correcting myself into the wrong name.
You're good, yeah. I see it. Let's see.
This dude's a beast.
Hold on. I got some more film on this guy.
Oh, we're doing Wilson still?
Yeah, why not? I'll break it up later on.
Well, you said you were stuck on full screen, so
I know. I was stuck on full screen, but now I got my issue fixed. It's let's see here. This is not of this season, but this is from his past season. So, but this is all. Let me see here. I don't know. My freaking thing is going slower than molasses today. I don't know why. Let's put this down here. How about that? We'll expand that a little bit. So, not bad. Definitely got some speed. But again, like I was saying, he reminds me of DJ Moore. He's got speed. He reaches for the ball.
Jesus. Can take a hit.
Well, yeah. Well, when you don't, I don't know if that's Fields throwing to him though. I don't know who I forgot who they're throwing this year. But this is all last season. This is Fields to him. So if you imagine if somehow the Bears ended up with him, or that would be.
It could fall. I mean, the Bears don't. They're not at the bottom, but they're not.
Here's what I think. The
They're
Bears
in the bottom 15 for sure.
Yeah, but they can't afford one of these veteran receivers. That is not happening.
No, they have to go draft.
They have to. They really have to. This is why all these Bears prospect things you were saying made no sense to me at all. So, still got it though. Still got it. So we are in the white here. Justin Fields still throwing. This is all last season, so we earlier replayed this season. Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
Speed.
Look at that guy. Jesus. Who the heck is number 9 on Penn State? Good God.
It's probably Brandon Smith.
He was like that guy.
No, Brandon Smith is number 12, huh?
Yeah, I think that's Brandon Smith.
Over to the left.
I don't think a linebacker is that fast. Look, he's not even in the picture. That was nuts. Well, there he is. He's a corner. He's the one guarding him.
I don't know, but I want to do some more research on this bum. Make sure I don't draft him in my IDP leagues.
Well, he's got speed.
Oh, jeez.
There goes the tent.
Let's just take everybody out. The tent, the trainer, the kicker.
Yeah, that was a little unnecessary. He's like 10 feet out of bounds. Don't need to be hitting him.
Oh, man, he was really pissing Penn State off that night, wasn't
again?
He? Yeah,
dude.
Was
on a flag, though?
No, I think they were really pissing off Penn State that night.
Apparently. Jesus.
So that's a little bit of Garrett Wilson. This video goes on for another, 7 minutes or so.
This video seems mostly the Penn State game.
It is. So, I mean, look, Garrett Wilson, everybody. Dude's a beast. Yeah. Definitely potentially being drafted as number 1 out of Ohio State. Again, 6 foot, 193. Probably potential by the time he gets to the combine, he might be at 200 pounds potentially, or if not by draft time, potentially 200. I like 6 foot, 200 pound type receivers. Kind of gives them a little bit more body. They could truck people and whatnot. What do you think if he ends up in Cleveland?
They could use him because Landry wants out. So,
yeah. Would this help him out? Is this something they need?
I think so.
More? Or
if Landry leaves, who's their receivers? Peoples-Jones, their top guy. Yeah, they can't have that being their top guy. I think he could step in, and I think he's the same height. I think as Landry too. So
yeah, just kind of take over. I think they definitely
step in, take over.
I think the Browns take him, and I think it'll be a good fit. I wouldn't mind drafting him in my rookie draft if he's there available. I don't think he will be. I think he'll go early in a fantasy draft in Dynasty leagues. I think he'll definitely be top top 3, top 4.
You say that, but Jamar Chase got drafted at the end of our last draft.
Yeah, well, because so here's the thing, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about these receivers, okay? So that's Garrett Wilson, all right? This next guy, Drake London, who we thought who could potentially be tight end if you really wanted to, but it's Drake London, who basically in my eyes basically replaced we didn't even show his we did. We talked about his stats, right? Did we? Yeah, we talked about his stats.
Not his stats.
Garrett Wilson's?
Oh, Garrett Wilson, yes.
We talked about it, right? Okay.
Yeah, I went over his stats.
Okay, so let's put up Drake London's stats real quick before we jump into his video. Unless his video is like super freaking long. That's
need a big target. Get one right here.
This is how I feel about Michael Pittman. You know, the big guy. Definitely. Hey, what's up, man? Better late than never. Yeah, sure. Thanks for joining. We're about to hit our second receiver. It's a little bit of a late show. Practice got canceled, so I'm now just hanging out.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was about to be like, we better hurry up with this one.
Oh no, yeah, it's raining in Arizona. Yeah, believe it or not. So
yes, it's been raining all day.
Go get your scratcher tickets. You might feel a little lucky today. It's raining, and it never rains here. So, and it is not all just desert. Don't get me wrong.
Not just raining, but it's been cold all day today too.
Yeah, it's a little bit cold, yeah. Typically, typically around this time, all the sweaters come off. Usually. Right. But
by Monday we'll be back in the mid-80s, so don't worry.
Yeah, and then next week, 2 weeks from now, we'll be back to the 100s.
Right?
Why not? Arizona sucks sometimes. Hate the state. All right, so let's talk about Drake London here. Drake London, out of USC. USC.
6'5", 210 pounds.
Thank you, Mark.
Not 650 pounds.
He's still 20 years old. So in a rookie draft, you kind of like that. Young, sometimes they come in at 22 years of old age, 21, 20 years old, so still not old enough to drink. He's projected to go potentially to the Saints. So it would be definitely interesting if they can't figure out the Michael Thomas situation. You know, of course they have QB issues. They have a lot of issues there. Honestly, I think issues. I think what they need to do is just settle and trade Kamara. And
they hire a head coach?
Say what? Yeah, they did. I can't remember who it was. I think they did. Braden, if you're still watching, but I think they did. I'm not about to look that up, but we'll figure that out as we go in future, as we break down teams later on the season. But yeah, so played 3 years.
Dennis
Allen. Look like did not what?
Dennis Allen, that's the head coach.
Yeah, sure.
I think they just took their defensive coordinator and made him the head coach.
Is that what they did?
I think so.
That sounds a little bit accurate. So yeah, that I believe you. All right, so only 3 years, and it doesn't look like he played all 12 games, 16 games, 15 games, whatever the college plays. I can't remember the number. 8, 6, and 8. So
yeah, but the numbers that he put up in his last year with only 8 games is pretty dang impressive.
And that's exactly why I think he is looked at big time this season. Drake
receptions
London,
a game, PPR leagues would eat that up.
Well, being 6'5" definitely helps at 210 pounds. Definitely gets you these, big numbers. So 1,000 yards basically and 7 touchdowns. And looks like they gave him a 1 rush attempt for 2 yards. Good for him. So
He got 2 yards, guys.
it must have been a trick play that failed or something. All right, so let's get some 2021 film on him. And we'll take this out of the way. So let's start what we see on Drake London. 6'5", 210 pounds. That was a nice move.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites coming into this class. Again, this class is, if you're in a dynasty league and you're not in the first,
There's the lava.
8,
Oh, go get it, big boy.
ooh. If you're not in the first 8 draft picks, well, you better make some trades, man. These new rookies coming in are there's about only a handful of them. Him being one of them. Drake London. I just nice grab. Him being tall is very helps him a lot, man.
Jeez, 3 guys around him.
Hey, get your job, get it in right there.
The quarterback's literally just lobbing it to him. That's great.
You know what's crazy? Well,
he's there somewhere.
Well, hold on. Like, look at the way he's running. Okay, he doesn't look fast, but he's so tall that these DBs are running their fastest, and he looks so slow, but he has the longest strides of all.
He's slow, but he's not, consuming a lot of energy to get downfield.
That's probably a good thing. Oh, ripped his helmet off. Yeah. Okay, Drake. Give him a crazy stare.
I'm just gonna throw it up. He's got it.
I like him, and like I said, he's one of my favorites coming into this class. So, I don't know if he's my favorite. Out of the 5 coming in, have you seen any of these guys, or is this kind of like the first time you're witnessing any footage?
No, this is kind of the first time.
Oh, okay. Because you're more focused on running back, quarterback this season, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, good luck, buddy.
Yeah. You're gonna tell me twice.
Good luck. You might get yourself a running back in this draft. Like I said, if you're on the first 8 picks, I don't know, man. I don't really see a lot of big time playmakers that we did in the last couple seasons.
I like how you're like, you better be in the first 8 picks. I'm pretty sure I'm 9.
Well, where'd you place? Hold on, no, where'd you?
4th.
Well, did you really?
I lost the 3rd place game.
God. I haven't done the draft order yet. So
pretty sure I'm going to be 9th.
I have to redo the draft order, but I'll look at that. But if you took 4th, yeah, man.
I'm sure someone will mess up somewhere.
They always do. There's always a guy going in that he needs something and he doesn't take it. So we'll see. But then when you look at your dynasty, sometimes, we talked about this. Do you draft for what you need, or do you draft for what's best available? And sometimes, that was a good one. And it depends on what. Like for me, I feel like best available would be in the long run good. This guy breaking tackles left and right, dude. Get off me.
Well, that's what I did with my first pick, but then the rest of the draft was basically done around
horrendous. So,
as bad as somebody else is drafting that league. Okay,
we won't. I don't. Are we talking about the winner here? Because that was
yes. God. You showed me that, and I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, I don't know how he won. He got very lucky. Let's just say that. But he won't have any QB issues for the rest of his life, at least. But hey, it is what it is.
I
So
don't want to talk about that.
no, neither do I.
Oh, says the guy who also set up for the next 10 years.
I'm talking
QB.
about his draft. I'm talking about his draft. Relax.
I was talking about Q. Oh, there goes the headphones.
QB wise,
I'm back.
yeah, we know. We know. QB wise, yeah. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Carson Wentz, the only one I had.
Hey, look.
He's Carson Wentz.
I'm hoping to have Deshaun Watson back this next year. Hopefully.
Your phone's talking to you, dude.
That was my watch, actually.
What did she say? Who's Carson Wentz?
No, she said, "Here's what I found on Carson Wentz." I was like, "We know. We don't need."
I don't.
Not much
because
because he's not a starter.
I don't know what's going on. If I could share my screen here or not. All right. Yeah, it's not letting me hear. Can you do me a favor and then share the screen? It won't let me out of this here. I'll rewind it real quick. Yeah, just share it.
It's on there.
Okay, because I can't see what you're seeing now. So this is last year's. For being this big, definitely uses his body to his advantage. Being 210 definitely helps, and being tall, like he's not afraid to truck a guy.
Where nothing's happening.
I don't know, bro. I'm sharing. So if
I have half of the video, the top half or the lower half on the top half, and it's not moving.
Oh Christ. That's not the one.
Well, that's what was there. I don't know.
No, there's multiple ones.
I only have that. That's all that was there.
Oh, Mark, what are you doing? What are you doing to me?
I'm not doing anything. What are you doing over here? Why so British?
Let me do it.
It's just what happens when Martin gets angry, turns British.
Do you see something here now?
Down at the bottom, yes. There we go.
All right. So again, Drake London, 6'5", 210. None of these guys are even as tall as him. I mean, he's bigger than his lineman.
I think a receiver like this could help Baker Mayfield.
You think so?
Well, I don't know how many Browns games you saw, but he was having a problem like overthrowing people. So I'm like, yeah, get some guys in there that's 6'5".
I guess.
A lot harder to overthrow a 6'5" guy than it is like a 5'11" guy.
That's true. I mean, he's projected to go to the Saints, which I disagree with. I don't see why they would go after a receiver in the first round. I think they have a little bit more issues in other places, at least from what there's some projecting saying that he might go receiver. They might go receiver. But if that's the case, then that's what we have here. But Drake London out of USC. I like him, man. Again, Garrett Wilson.
I like him too.
Drake London. If they're still there on your board, I'm not gonna hesitate to click draft at all.
Well, I wouldn't either. Especially if they're there when I'm drafting.
Well, yeah, of course. But the next couple of guys we're bringing up is let's see, Treylon Burks. He's one of my favorites. Jameis Williams out of Alabama, and Chris Olave also out of Ohio State, which we saw a little bit of him while we were watching the Garrett Wilson.
Good God.
No, I missed it. What happened?
That play was nuts.
Listen right here.
Yeah, watch this. He's going to catch it. Oh, look at this. No.
1, 2.
No.
3,
no,
4. God, this guy.
No.
This guy. Get off me, son.
I was like, dude, these guys
Drake
are just
London, bro.
Sliding off of him.
Like he's arguably being number 1 drafted receiver. Garrett Wilson has speed, and that's the thing. What kills the other two, Treylon Burks, we'll talk about next week. He he's a well-rounded receiver, and you need to mute your mic when that happens, bro. Yes. So like I'm talking about, Treylon Burks, who's potentially like one of my favorites coming in. I like him because he's kind of like well-rounded. He's also a tall guy, 6'3", 230, not as big as Drake London. Jameis Williams is 6'2", 189, and Chris Olave is 6'1", 188. But today we're talking about Drake London and Garrett Wilson. But these receivers coming in are kind of big. So yeah, the puppy is happy about the play too. So again, did we show his stats up, or should we pull them up? I don't know if we did. No, we did, huh?
No, we did.
Let's
We
pull
talked about stats. Yeah, 88 receptions in 8 games.
Yeah, I mean, definitely one of this guy could be the next Travis Henry. We don't know.
Good. He's got the height.
6'5", 210. Dude. Yeah. Wide receiver number 1, wide receiver number 2. As of now, we'll see what the combine holds up next week. 6 days, Mark. 6 freaking days, and after the combine, basically free agency opens, and that's when everybody and their mom's phone blows up in the NFL.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to try and figure out a little clip. Did you ever watch Trigger Happy growing up?
Trigger
It was
Happy?
like, yeah, it was like the Jackass before Jackass. It was a lot cleaner. It was based in London, like or somewhere out there, Great Britain somewhere. They would pull pranks in the middle of public. Like, they would dress up in bunny suits and snails and tortoises, and they would cross the crosswalks, blocking all traffic, trying to go. I don't know if you, and then the hair would take off, and then the snail and the tortoise would go at their slow speed, but on purpose, and block off all the traffic and piss off everyone. But I'm gonna see if I can pull up a clip. One of my favorite one is the giant cell phone one, which I'll probably relate to free agency somehow, some way, and we'll play that as again, free agency is one of the biggest big namer movements that'll happen. A lot of people look forward to that. I look forward to the combine. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else?
This guy with the big phone?
That's the cell phone guy. That's everyone in free agency next week. And
All
I
right.
have one, and there's one specific clip that I'll pull up, and I'll probably put NFL and put some free agency thing on there with some graphic like I did with Travis Henry here. So I'll figure it out.
No. That one?
Something like that. A little bit, yeah, but a little bit different. But yeah, anyways, any last words before we close out this wide receiver show?
Just that between the draft and free agency, like our title suggests, there's a wide receiver smorgasbord out there. So
It is. In anything
your
happens.
team needs a receiver. There's no excuses why you can't go get one.
Exactly. And what happens is the combine's going to change things, but free agent's going to change things even more. I think after the free agent, like obviously everyone knows that after free agency, depending on what they need is what they go after the draft. Once these big namers land and they find themselves a new home, it's going to change the draft board drastically. And this is why I've been wanting to do a little drafting with you here soon. But I think we should probably wait. We could do it. Yeah, we'll wait and see where these big namers are gonna go, because it's not like a mock draft like fantasy draft. I had 2 videos. If you look out this time last year, I used something called Draft Network, and basically I predicted certain players going certain places.
Gotcha.
So I think I hit on one or two of them position wise. I don't think I hit the player correctly. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, I think the one most memorable is I projected a cornerback going to the Browns, which I did hit right. I just don't think it was the right one. I think I put Henderson in the Browns. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it if I want to. If not, oh well. We'll do it again. Anyways, that's our show. Thanks again to Tank for joining us. And yeah, hey man, you're the boss, dude. You can come in. You don't even have to watch our show if you don't want to. But I guess you have to make sure the Nerd Huddle Network is good. So that's pretty much it. It was a good receivers show. And,
hey, Jamar. We
we're
didn't
gonna
even talk
continue-
about one. I
What are
just
you talking about?
realized. We didn't talk about Juju Smith-Schuster.
I'm surprised you didn't bring him up
I just thought about it.
just now. Well, how about we talk about him next week?
Okay.
And because yeah, we'll talk about him more next week. I know this weekend we're gonna do. I don't know what Tank's doing this weekend. I think we did our awards last weekend, so I think we're doing our trivia game this weekend. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But Sunday on the Nerd Huddle, we'll do more football. Those are always fun. So hopefully we get more guys on because some of these dudes owe me shots, man. So
Yeah, they do.
They know who they are. So, anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. That's our show. This is Dynasty Pylon. Catch you on the next one. And we'll continue to dive deep onto these receivers as we talk about Treylon Burks and Jameis Williams, Arkansas and Alabama. So we'll see about that. And neither does Tank. I'm here as a fan and getting all the NFL info. Dude, hey, this is where we're at. We bust out the rookies. Since last year. You know what? Quick shout out to good props. You and I predicted Amon-Ra St. Brown being the number one guy in Detroit.
Took some time, but that
yes,
took
but we
over.
We did nail that one on the head, and sure enough, he's definitely going to be easy round 5, round 6 in drafts next season.
I think the last 6 weeks he easily got 15 to 30 fantasy points every week.
Yeah, towards the back end. And we called it, man. Well, look, our brains, we do some crazy predictions, man. It just happens. Too bad we're not famous enough. But hey,
right.
And I don't know about Sunday, we'll figure it out as we always do. I mean, I know our show, we have a set schedule and then we kind of roll with it and then it just goes out the window sometimes. So he exploded at the end, and the Gurus called it. We did, man.
We did. That was like one of our before the season even started. We're like, this guy's going to be the number one guy in Detroit. Expected to get a lot of looks.
And we didn't get him, unfortunately, in our rookie draft. Someone else did.
I don't even think they kept him out of the taxi squad.
No, they didn't. They left him in the taxi. Well, because here's the thing: that individual had so many round draft picks, as he does again this season. And he doesn't watch our show, so I could talk all the crap I want. I'm going to give a fantasy dynasty little insight here. Having all the draft pick isn't necessarily a good thing either, because that only means you're trading away valuable assets to try and flip for more picks. Like, yeah, you have all these picks, but what are you going to do with all of them? Hence why he had Amon-Ra St. Brown in the taxi squad all season. Hence why he had to drop Kadarius Toney. Hence why when he moved up a quarterback from his taxi squad, being Jalen Hurts, because Tom Brady had a bye week, he had to drop certain players. Ultimately, it doesn't help you having every pick in the draft. So be mindful of that. If you're doing a dynasty squad, and I know we probably won't, nobody in the world is going to watch us or listen to this because, again, if it gets out there, perfect. Good for you, man. Just give it a go. Look, just keep in mind that not always having a million draft picks going into the draft.
Yeah, just look at Anthony's team as an example. He literally had like all these rookies and then traded for all these draft picks And I think he won 2 fantasy games
Anthony.
from Get Right.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I had a brain. I am so
I
sorry.
don't either. I was like,
he's not watching today either, so that's fine. No, so he had a bunch of rookies.
Yeah.
And say that again.
Remember, he was talking to us about it's a dynasty league that he started, and he went really young in the draft, and then he traded some of his other more known guys for draft picks in this upcoming draft.
Yeah.
And I think he said he won like 2 games all year.
Yeah. And you know what? And I remember, now that you bring that up, I remember telling him that if you're continuously going to do this, at what point are you ever going to be strong? Because what happens with these rookies, and this is why Dynasty is so special to me. I hate keeper leagues, by the way. If you say that Dynasty is a keeper league, it kind of irritates me because keeper leagues are not Dynasty leagues. Nope. Keeper leagues are 1 to 3 players, and you don't get to evaluate them later. Like, age has no factor. Okay, you keep them, but here's the thing: you're also there's a draft pick penalty. Like, say you draft someone in the 5th, next year they're going to be 4th rounders. The next year after that, they're going to be 3rd rounders, and then at some point, you don't get to draft them again because there's rules against that. That's why I don't like keeper leagues. It's either you go all or nothing. So Dynasty, it's different. For him, Anthony being in his shoes, he's never letting his rookies develop. Yes, he has value, but if you're just going to trade for more draft picks, then you're just going to have nothing but young players who potentially will never have that breakout year. Prime example, tight ends. Like, that is the worst position. Like, it takes them like 3 or 4 years before you finally hit that guy. So, anyways, this is a long show. We haven't gone over an hour in quite some time.
It didn't take me that long.
You can go to hell with your Kyle Pitts and your. You did have Andrews though. You did have Andrews. Even if you didn't have Kyle Pitts, you still have Andrews, and Andrews, it took us a while before he hit. Okay, we all knew Kyle Pitts was going to be very special. We knew this from the get-go. So you don't count. That does not count. All right, go to hell with your double.
Don't worry, I have no quarterback, so you can rub that in all you want.
That is true, and you won't have one this season either. Malik Willis is not going to be your answer. However, if Malik Willis ends up with Pittsburgh, that'd be very interesting to see. I just don't think I don't know. Look at Dwayne Haskins. He was a first rounder with Washington, and that just didn't. Anyways, that's another conversation for our.
Yeah, we're getting way out track now.
Bring
up Dwayne Haskins.
Hey, look. We'll get to our QB episodes. Okay, they're coming. All right. So, anyways, that's it. Again, I'm gonna close this out again. Thanks for watching this Dynasty Pylon. My name is Martin with my good friend, best friend, and co-host Mark. And we will, if we feel like, come on tomorrow during the lunch hour. If not, we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. on Mountain Standard Time. All right, have a good night, guys.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.